Welcome to day 533 of building a SaaS business. It's going to be a day in the life of running a SaaS business living in London. Stop watching if you don't actually want to know what it's like to build a SaaS business. If you're not interested in going through Figma designs, looking at how you're using a SaaS product, and overall what actually goes into building a SaaS business, then stop watching. This isn't going to be for you. Those that do actually want to know what it's like to build a SaaS business, make sure you follow along. I've got over 400 monthly active users on my software, and if you watch along, I'll explain what it is, what it's like to run a SaaS business on a day-by-day basis, and you'll see a little bit what it's like living in London. So morning walk out the way. Every morning I always try and walk around near to me just because I find that helps me visualize the day, de-stress, all that sort of stuff. Now, as I mentioned, this is going to be like a raw reality of what it's like to run a SaaS business. I'm going to be showing you what goes into it. You're going to see the new designs I'm working on behind the scenes in how I actually gather feedback, quantitative and qualitative feedback, and in order to improve my product. As you can see here, this is the day that I've got ahead of me. I've got a podcast with a friend of mine who actually runs a SaaS in the UK as well. You'll see a little bit of a snippet of that later. Sales call, catch up with a friend. This is Notion, by the way. Every single day, I'll plan what my top priorities are, what scheduled events I've got in, and anything else that I need to be aware of, essentially. So as you can see, I'm recording this video. That's the first priority. I can check that off because it's going well, because obviously I'm getting it done. Now, essentially what I'm going to do is, this is my software. So it is SEO Space, the SEO plugin for Squarespace. We've got around, as I mentioned, 4,000 monthly active users. We're over 700 paying customers. And essentially what we've been modeling it quite closely off Yoast. So if you're looking to build a software business, I always think one thing to do and one thing that works well is look at a product in an adjacent market and see how they've done things. And one thing Yoast did in order to become synonymous with WordPress and SEO, as you know, we want to become synonymous with Squarespace and SEO, is they added a academy to set the standard in the industry for WordPress SEO. And that's exactly what we're doing. So we've got the plugin. You can also hire us. So I also run a SEO agency, which for transparency is revenue wise, like it was 10 very recently, but it's now about 7 times the size, 6 or 7 times the size of the software. So my agency does much bigger numbers, my SEO agency, so people can hire us. But then we're also adding our SEO Academy. So yeah, the SEO Space Academy, this is going to be launching at the start of July, which is a lot of what I'm working on at the moment. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm setting up the infrastructure on our community. Along with my SaaS, I also have a free community that people can join. So you can see this is the community. There's like, 1,200 members, over 1,200, almost 1,300 members in there. So I'm going to set it up on Circle. So not only will my SaaS community be on here, but the Academy community should be nice and, I guess, all within the same thing. I'm setting up the infrastructure on Circle, the modules, payment options, etc. Then I'm finishing off the course landing page, so I'm making some tweaks. Obviously, you're probably watching this and thinking, hey, I thought we were looking at what it's like to run a SaaS business. And I know this isn't directly the SaaS, but if you have a SaaS product and you can teach people how to be more successful and make money from your product, for me, I feel like you get that flywheel effect. Because what you're teaching people how to effectively use your SaaS, which is going to mean they're going to stay longer, your churn's going to reduce, and your ARPU, your revenue per user per month, is going to be higher because customers are earning money from your platform, so they're more likely to go in the higher plans. So that is why we're doing it, to get people to become more successful with the product, to set the standard in the industry for what good Squarespace SEO should look like, and then also raise a bit of capital so that we can reinvest it back into the platform. So even though it's not directly working on the SaaS, it all goes into the same bucket. So yeah, finish off the course landing page. Then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be watching through Clarity. So Microsoft Clarity is what I use to do screen recordings of things. Then I'm going to be going through a couple of Loom feedbacks I've got from customers recently, and then putting all of that on new designs, which I'm going to be showing you later, new designs of my product that we're building out, and then planning it into the next sprint on Jira. So yeah, that is an overview. I'm going running with my friends later. So usually, to be honest, I'm working like 8 until 9, 10. So pretty long days. However, today, every Wednesday, I go on a run. So you also get to see that. So yeah, there you are, guys. That is my day. Hi everyone, so we've got the morning over with. It's now 1 p.m. I've had some food and basically the podcast has been cancelled. My friend needed to move it a little bit further. So what I'm going to be doing, come outside because when it's sunny in London, you got to make sure you take advantage. I'm looking a bit pale at the moment. You might be able to see London Eye in the background. So hopefully it's a bit of a better view other than just me in a vest, which let's be honest, no one wants to see. And basically what I'm doing now, I'm just going to walk you through, first of all, what I've been doing today, and then two, what I'm doing in order to reduce churn, increase conversion rates, and improve the product. And how, as I mentioned, only watch this, to be honest, if you're actually interested in software, if you're interested what it's like to build a software business, because that's exactly what I'm going to be showing and teaching here. Yeah, I'm going to show you exactly what I do as a SaaS founder that's running a fairly profitable SaaS business. So this morning, what I've done, I've set up the academy space within the community that I have. Announcements, discussions, learning. So I'll have different course content in here. On Circle, it's really easy to do. I think I mentioned this earlier, but the aim is how can I make this product, how can I make this community and this course level people up when they're using my software so that they can get better results. They ultimately go on a higher up plan because they're getting better results and earning more money from SEO, from what my product teaches, and ultimately stay for longer, pay more. You see software companies like Intercom doing this super well. Like they train their customers on how to use their product better. They get better results. They stay with the product for longer, pay more, etc. So that's what we're doing here. There'll be weekly live calls, all that good stuff. So Circle's a brilliant platform. I then gave feedback on the VSL, which looks pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it's come together. Got the new setup, as you can see. So yeah, that's going to be on the course page. Now I've gone through that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk through 5 things that I do at my SaaS business that you guys can replicate in order to, as I mentioned, reduce churn, improve the product. And this is going off qualitative and quantitative feedback. So first thing is, whenever someone cancels a plan, they have to provide 20 characters of feedback. So they have to leave feedback. Now, some people say this is a little bit aggressive, and we do have some users that complain and say, hey, why should I have to give feedback in order to cancel? Well, I view it as, I'm trying to improve my business. I'm trying to make the product better for them. So all that I require, people can cancel at any time. They just have to leave us a short little snippet of feedback. Now, some people, maybe a couple of percentage complain. However, many more people give me really good feedback. And when it cancels, not only do I see what plan they changed to, but also their industry, team size, also different features that they used, which essentially allows me to get a profile of 1, why they cancelled, because I can see the reason, 2, when they cancelled, and then 3, information about how they use the product in them, which over time allows me to build a profile of who is most likely to cancel and also who is least likely to cancel, but also because I'm getting feedback, how I can improve the product over time. So I'm going to learn things like what product they're moving to. They might say, I'm cancelling this to move to X competitor. They might say, hey, I faced a bug. This allows me to get really granular and get a really good understanding of people that cancel. I don't know if I'd recommend making it mandatory, but it works well for me. And then what you can also do is put this into ChatGPT. So blows feedback from SEO-based customers. Please analyze this for me. Give me a summary of why people cancel, who the most common type of person is to cancel, how I can reduce churn and improve customer feedback. So I'm going to put that through. And the reason why I ask it who the most common person is to cancel is not because I want to single that people out, but because ultimately I want to work with more customers that value the product more, pay more, and stay for longer. So yeah, of course, I want to get feedback so I can improve the product. But if I can build a profile of the kind of people that are less likely to cancel, well, those are going to be my ideal target customers. Those are people that are going to do my marketing to, etc. But as you can see, ChatGPT, I use Webpilot as a plugin. The reason I use that is because it can analyze live URLs. So you can feed it your website, give the feedback, and it's going to give you a pretty good understanding. And yeah, it's going to give it a good lack of time, budget constraints, feature and utilization. You can see here several customers felt that features offered did not justify the price. So again, that's potentially telling me that I'm missing product market fit, particularly for some features. Most common persons cancel. A solo entrepreneur or small business owner, often in fields like web design, photography, and blogging. So yeah, they've got limited time and budget. So again, now I have an idea of who's most likely to cancel. Again, I can do things off that. And then it gives me strategies to reduce churn. So super powerful. Obviously, it would take me hours to analyze all the feedback altogether. This is pretty good. Then Microsoft Clarity. Some people laugh at me for using Microsoft Clarity, but what it allows me to do is it allows me to see screen recordings. even live recordings of people actually using my software. So it's fantastic for qualitative feedback. And all I do is I look at all recordings in the past, however long, whether there's rage clicks, so whether someone clicks on something to expect something to happen and it doesn't. And then I'll watch through these, switch that off, and then only view sessions that are longer than 2 minutes. So I will watch people using the product, see how they interact with it, see if they find any bugs, and ultimately figure out how I can improve the product based upon actually watching people use it. So all the data is anonymized, so it's not like I'm spying on people. But again, it is absolute gold dust because I'm able to get feedback that I otherwise wouldn't get from people, how they actually use the product. And if you're a SaaS founder and you're not doing that, you have to make sure that you're learning how people use the product, because it's often not how you intend them to use or how you think they'll use it. So it's super powerful. So I'll watch through the recordings. As you can see here, there's only a few with rage clicks, but I'll go through these. It shows me a screen recording essentially when it loads of this person. Yeah, the only thing I can actually see is their name. So if I can see someone's having a problem, I can also personally reach out to them. Then all my support is done via intercom, and my team at the end of every week will provide a summary of all the problems people face. So again, I'm not on a day-by-day basis dealing with support. I probably in fact reply to a support request once a day if it needs to be escalated. But essentially what this does, I'm getting a summary each week of the problems people are facing, which without having to go through all the support requests myself, I can really get an understanding of, okay, what problems are people having? How can I free up the support team in order for them to provide a better service to our customers? And do I need to record any videos, creating resources to help people use the product more? Because obviously if people are coming through to support, having problems, this is usually going to be like a leading indicator or early feedback on reasons people are cancelling. Next is Churn. Now Churn is a product analytics software, which the main reason I use it is a cohort analysis. It essentially allows you to see feature adoption, so which features people use across your product, in order to see a cohort analysis. So I can, for example, look at all the people that have cancelled in the past 3 months and see what features they used. I can then compare that to a cohort of people that have stayed as customers longer than 3 months in order to compare what features do those that cancel use versus or not use compared to those that stay, which again is super powerful because I can do a cohort analysis. I can further hone down what does a good customer look like in terms of persona and in terms of feature usage, and then drive people towards those features that get people to stay longer in the onboarding, in the product flows, all that sort of stuff. Problem with Churn is it only allows me 1,000 monthly active users. I've got like 4,000. A lot of them are on the free plan. I've got over 700 paying users. So I actually think their pricing is wrong, which is a little bit annoying. I can only use it at the start of the month, but there we are. And then the final thing is I essentially got a Looker Studio dashboard built showing the funnel of how people come on my website in any given period, what pages they visit, and essentially a funnel going from how many people view the sign up page, okay, 1,000 in this period, how many created accounts, how many started free trials, how many purchased off the back of it. So that shows me my free trial to purchase conversion rate, which again is super powerful because what it allows me to see is where are people dropping off, which when I do conversion rate optimization, it allows me to see how are things improving over time to make sure that I'm getting more website visitors to my sign up page, creating an account, starting a free trial and not opting for free plan or dropping off, and then finally purchasing. So again, it puts data behind the things I do, and I'm able to track business performance over time, how many people are joining the free plan, all that sort of stuff. And then finally, once I've got all of that data, all of that information through, I do two things. First of all, we've got new designs coming together for SEO space. So we've got new designs on things that we're changing. We're adding new features like keyword research, which I'm really, really excited for. So I'm able to take all of that feedback and figure out, well, when we update the product and introduce new features, what can we do to provide more value to target customers ultimately? So as you can see here, we've even got a conversion optimization thing. So like this, for example, shows the pricing page, sign up, etc., etc. And because I've seen that, there's a really big drop off, like 45% of people drop off from the sign up page to create an account. So, there's a lot of money being left on the table. 500 people in that period view the page, didn't create an account. So what can we do to the create an account page in order to get people to sign up? So for example, I looked at Clay and I really like what Clay does in terms of having the reviews, size of their community, testimonials, etc., all on the page. So when I go on, I'm being hit in the face with social proof. So, one thing that we're going to do is add more social proof. So this is really nice. Can we add how many reviews we've got? Can we add how many are in the community? Again, to make people feel part of a community, but also also just when they get to that sign up page, get more people to actually sign up because, you know, they're seeing social proof. So yeah, that is actually what I'm doing with everything I've just shown you. A really good example of what I do. I will find pain points or find blockers, find what we need to improve, look at examples in the industry and use my product knowledge of using the own product myself, speaking to customers, and make changes to the wireframes that we're going to build out in order to improve the product and ultimately build a more profitable business. So yeah, that's an overview. The designs are coming together really nicely. And then essentially what happens if I find something that needs to be changed on the product immediately, or when these designs are done and the development team are going to build them out, I then put everything on Jira. So get all the data, get all the feedback, blah, 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 go through, add everything on Jira, which is where our sprints and work that developers do is stored. So I can make sure that literally from the start, I'm getting all the feedback. I'm really owning the product and making sure we're going in the right direction, all the way to then when we're doing a release and when we're actually doing our 2-week sprints, making sure that the development team is working on either direct feedback from customers or informed designs that we've tested, really put through the test and customer feedback to make sure the product is improving over time. So it's a very disciplined approach to how I do things. It's not for everyone, which is why I said this video isn't for everyone, but hopefully you guys have found this useful. Later today, I've got a couple of team calls, a sales call, a call with a friend before going on a run later. I'll show you all of that. But you know, when the weather's like today, you can't really complain, can you? Improving your SaaS business, living in London, living with my wonderful girlfriend, and getting to enjoy good weather. So hopefully you enjoyed that one through. Stay tuned to later in the video where I'm going to recap on the day and then go for a run. So I've just come back from my run. We've got some dogs running around me. As you can see, I have horrendously burned, like a classic Brit, whenever the sun comes out. I've horrendously burned and look like a, what do they call it? Not a fruit pastel, you'll know the red and white things, but editor will put it on the screen now. I look like one of those. My friends have come round, so we're going to watch some Champions League football, and just to show you the view that I was meant to show you earlier, here it is. So this is the view from my apartment block. The run was absolutely marvellous. I'll also put that on the screen now. You can see we've got the Shard over there. So yeah, there it is, guys. That is a day in the life of a SaaS founder. Obviously, I didn't include everything in there, but hopefully you got to see some of the things that it's like when you're running a SaaS business. That, yeah, the team's like almost 20 people now. So what it's like to run a team, what it's like to do different stuff in order to boost client retention. And as I'll show you now, we're just about to watch the football, Champions League, and yeah, just enjoy some time with friends. So this is the setup that we've got for the football. As you can see, SaaS founders can have friends. And we've got the football up here. So there it is, guys. If you have watched this far, thanks a lot for watching the video. Feel free to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Please also comment below if you like videos this, seeing behind the scenes, seeing what it's like, and I'll also film more in the future. But yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.